I decided that I want to talk about friends of the show. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Real Housewives of Potomac Season 3, Episode 17. Now, I've been ragging on these girls for quite a few weeks here about the way that their friendships go and all of that. So I'm going to continue to rag. Ain't nothing to get ready to change. I'm going to continue to rag on them. But today we're going to talk about friends of the show and how they are not even nice to their friends that they have on the show. So let's start off. First things first, the girl that's the word on the street, Miss Gizelle. Gizelle and Cal. Now, we've known Cal. We met Cal back in the first season. That's her little best friend. That's her pocket gay. Okay, he's her hairdresser and all of that. And I'm going to go through the actual episode, so this is not just like an odd video. I'm actually going to go through episode 17. But there was just a few times in this episode that these girls actually attacked friends of the show. And then there was times when they should have attacked friends of the show and didn't. Okay? So Cal, like I said, Gizelle and Cal go out and they said these two have been friends for 20 years. She told us that she actually met Cal through her husband. And he was a hairdresser and all of that. Now, they ain't talking about too much at that table. Talk about the trip to Paris and all of that and all that. And all of that. Whatever. No real big deal. Same old, same old. But that goddamn Gizelle done sat up there and read Cal for filth with the pictures and receipts for the reading that she had laid on him. I said, Gizelle, bitch, you are so out of order. She said, I love Cal. He's my best friend. Now, he messes up my hair sometimes, but we are good friends. I said, does she just read him? And then old shady ass Bravo, honey, they get the flashing pictures of all the times her hair was fucked up. I said, oh, damn. You took your friend on national television. He's a hairdresser by trade. This is what he does. And you go and say that he's a fucked up hairdresser on national television. And not only that, then you go and show where he done fucked your hair up. With friends like that, you don't need no damn enemies. And you definitely won't keep no clients. That was a mess. Gizelle, girl, you are shady boobs. Anyway, moving on. Ashley, girl, you nasty. She's sitting around there unpacking her bags. Girl, you want to tell me why you got dirty clothes mixed in there with clean clothes? I'll wait. I'm done waiting. Bitch, because you're nasty. That's why. And she's flipping through this suitcase. Oh, this gets hung up. This is dirty. All just laying in there together. Is it just me? Or when you actually are out of town, do you have separate sections in your luggage for clothing that you've worn? Or do you just throw all the shit in there together? You nasty bitch. That was horrible. I ain't never seen such. Horrible. The more I see her, she is just as questionable, just as weird. Then there was a point here where Ashley, her friend to the show, her mammy, always a mess. Always a mess. You seen her on the damn thumbnail. Mess. But she backpedaled and pussy pop. You done told us so many different things about your mother since the first season. Then you revealed to us that your mother had left you. She walked off and left you, and you weren't even being raised with her for the bulk of your early years on. But then you sat on this episode and told us she didn't have a lot when we were growing up, but she took care of us really good, and she was very supportive emotionally. You're a motherfucking lie. Either you lied before or you're lying now. And I believe you're lying now. Because any mother that was emotionally supportive ain't walked off and left you with nobody. So which story is true, Ashley? You lied. You backpedaled, you pussy popped last night. That's what you did. It was a lie. Your mother was not supportive emotionally, and she's not now. And then as we went on, I might as well go ahead on and finish lighting her ass up now while we're at it. She ends up sitting with her mother. We all know that there's like some turmoil back and forth between Ashley and her husband. And there's this whole thing about the baby. He don't want to have a baby with her because she'll be a piss poor shitty ass mammy just like her mother. Now, Michael wouldn't believe that your mother was a piss poor shitty ass mammy the way that we think that about your mother unless you told us that. So you told that same shit to Michael, and now you backpedaling and pussy popping and talking about your mother was so good because now you want to be back on good terms with your mother. You trying to win her back over because she was ready to write you off again with her supportive ass. When y'all wouldn't support her financially, that whore was ready to write you off yet again the way she did when you were a kid, when she dropped you off and kept it the fuck moving. So don't backpedal pussy pop for us. Don't tell lies on your mother. And then now you separate her. And then she showed us herself that she wasn't supportive. Your mother's full of shit and she's manipulative. Not supportive, manipulative. She sat up there down talking Michael. And then when you said the whole thing about him not wanting to have the baby with you, well, wait a minute. Are you kidding me? And this, that, the other, now she will tell you what she really think about Michael. Then you go into this whole thing where you've been telling lies. You've been candy coating what he has to say about her, candy coat what she has to say about him, and making each one feel that everything was all good when shit ain't never been good. Girl, your life is a goddamn shambles and it's a mess. Anybody who has as much problems as you have going on, ain't no way you can sit up on this television show and always in somebody else's business, namely Karen. You've been dragging Karen about the inconsistencies in her stories, and she's a lying bitch. God knows, and I'm going to get on her in a minute. Did y'all see her hair? The fuck is that? We're going to get back to that in a minute. But anyway, you are dragging her about what's going on in her situation. You done drug Robin 2 seasons. You just literally just treated Robin like shit about her shortcomings when it comes to her relationship. And meanwhile, Ashley, your life is a mess. And all this time, it's been nothing but a farce. Nothing but a farce. And you're trying to justify the fact that you want to leave, Michael. Get the fuck up and go on and leave. You want to leave, and your mother is so miserable. She's a miserable bitch, so she would love nothing more than for you to be as miserable as she. But the only problem is you just don't get it when you don't have nothing to give her. That bitch ain't gonna fuck with you. She's not. But I can't wait to sit right here and see it. Will she throw your ass into the trenches again? Because when you ain't got no money, she ain't gonna fuck with you. You're gonna be useless to her. And she's not. And your mother's not. In my eyes, I don't see her as being supportive emotionally. I see your mother as being conveniently messy as hell. It's going to be interesting to see how that play out. But anyway, go on and leave your husband. You might as well. You might as well leave your husband because you done fucked that marriage up. That marriage is messy. He ain't right and you ain't right. Y'all both is fucked up. Y'all went in, both of y'all went in for different things. He went in for a trophy. You went in to be kept. Now you done found that you don't really want to be kept because being kept means being control. I don't know if you knew that. You were a young girl. But yeah, girl, when you're being kept, you're always control. It ain't about what you want. It's about what you're being paid for. It's no different than whoring. Moving on. Karen sat down with her pocket gay, Matt. And, child, here's the good and here's the bad. That wig is fucked up. That wig looks like it has two different hairstyles going on. Very Cruella de Vil. One side is doing one thing, the other side is doing the other thing. But one side is nice. The side that's tighter and swooped around, nice. Looks good on Karen. Looks age appropriate. Neat. Expensive. It does. It looks expensive. Good quality. That other side, fucked up. Cheap. Synthetic. That side, all the curls basically look like they just fell out. And it's like two completely different hairstyles. That one side is just fucked up. It looked like you either got caught in the rain or the shit just fell. Not good at all. You need to go ahead and have that other side cut in layers and have it match up to the other side. That other side is really short. A mess. A mess. A mop. Goddamn mop head. Anyway. Karen talked to Matt about the allegations that Ashley made about him being in the street talking about her. And of course, Matt denied it. When in doubt, deny. Queen, stop that line. You've said whatever you said about Karen. It is what it is. Yes, Karen is ridiculous. She's ridiculous and the bitch is a liar. Flat out. We see that scene of her over at her house in Great Falls. You don't live there, bitch. You don't live there. You don't. I don't believe for one moment that you live there. You looked so uncomfortable over there when you made that little lunch and sat down at the table like you was looking over your shoulder, honey, to make sure the real estate people ain't coming here and tell you, get your ass out of here, you bitch. But it didn't even look like you were cozy, like you lived there. So no, I don't believe that. And anyway, the other thing that Matt and Karen, neither one of these two could get their timing together for how long they've been friends. Karen saying 12 years. Karen said 24 years. Matt saying 12. That's a large difference. And I tend to believe that it's Matt that's telling the truth. Karen, you're I don't know what this whole lying thing, but it's not a good look. Okay. Another friend to the show. Candice, her sister Crystal, and her mother are friends to the show. Candice's mother is not an asset to the show. Her mother is, quite frankly, a little embarrassing. Quite bitchy. Not very easy to like at all. She's one of those people I would never want her to do anything for me. Ever. Because she's one of those bitches that will throw it back in your face repeatedly for the next 60 years. I would not accept anything that she did for me. Nothing. Candice and Crystal call her. They're trying to get some understanding about her role in their business and trying to get her to take a back seat as basically like an investor to shut the fuck up and get out the way and let them run the business. Where they finally got the right answer from her, she's like, fine, do it, which was cool. But the first thing when she calls, her mother's like, oh, hi, hey, y'all, hey. So, how's your weight, Crystal? You fat shaming her? You're fat shaming her when I look on the television, all the fuck I see is Mr. Snuffleupagus, bitch. All I see is your nose. They're Snapchatting you, and all you see on the screen is your Watusi, honey. And you're asking somebody about their weight? I couldn't get with it. And for the record, you're not fembo. You're not built. And your nose is all over your face. I didn't like that at all. I did not care for that. Moving on. That's the time when they should have took their friend, Candice should took her friend to the show and ate her ass up with no salt and pepper. That's a mess. Next thing we see, Robin, Ashley, and Gizelle, they all go. She's breaking walls in her new house. Robin is. Robin got the house. They're going to renovate, and she's going to upsell the house out. Um, they basically drank champagne. They threw a little shade. They talked about Karen and her lies. They broke some walls, and they came on out of there, and they made their plan of attack on how they were going to catch Karen and her lie about her living in Great Falls. So later on, they all got together, Robin, Ashley, and Gizelle, and they dressed Robin up as a pizza delivery guy, and they go to the house with pizza. And that's where it ended. But I don't know if Karen's going to answer the door or what's going to happen, that they get busted with this caper that they have going on. It's just mean. It's just mean. It's like, one, she's lying, and they don't want to accept the lie she's telling. So y'all just being nasty to each other, trying to embarrass each other as usual. As usual. Just a mess. A whole hot mess. Last thing. Chris and Monique. I couldn't really get with Chris. I don't like this side of Chris. This trying to cry, just being whiny and crybaby-ish to the fact of wanting Monique's time. I didn't like that. It just kind of just rubbed me wrong. I was like, Chris, what are you demanding here? This is just stupid. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Just wasn't a good scene for me. Yeah, I didn't get that. He wants another baby and whatever and whatnot and all that. That was all cool. It was like a wasted scene to me. Really wasted, but they squashed whatever their little beef was. And that's basically it. That's all that really went down with this episode. It was just interesting. And then it cut off right where it was all about, they advertised the whole thing of them going to the house with the pizza delivery caper. And then it didn't even happen. They were ringing the doorbell and it actually went off. So we'll catch up on it next week. All right, you guys, later.